All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Karkadash, double honor to the apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing his truth and sincerity. And I just want to go into something small, nothing specific, but basically going into the when judgment takes place, from when that day comes, because we're seeing that we're coming upon the time where judgment is going to really, it's actually really happening now, but judgment when the Lord comes back and destroy this place. Because we're seeing all the signs, at least a lot of the signs, and there's going to be more signs and more prophecies to be fulfilled, and there's no way that he can stop it. And we're seeing it. He may think he has this power, but he doesn't have the power, especially since he got to go. Even he got to go through someone to get that power. He still got to talk to Satan to get that power, and it's ultimately through the Lord. So I'm gonna jump to the first scripture. This is 2 Corinthians 5:10. It says, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad." And when you read the scripture, a lot of people thinking, "Oh, you're going to go to heaven, then you're going to be judged, whether you get to stay in heaven or hell." And that's not what the scripture is talking about. This scripture is going into that when the Lord comes back, when it says the seat before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shah, that's when the Lord comes back, cracking those clouds. When he comes back to gather his elect and to destroy this place, because he's already, because so I can hold on. So there we go. But that's because he's already decided what your judgment was before he came back. The Lord's already been through this already. He knows who's going to be of the elect and who's not. That's why it says whether it be good or bad. That's why when the Lord's already been, like how we've been dying and coming back from reincarnation, he's already decided how our fate is going to be. From what we have to go through to what's going to happen when we or how we pass. But the Lord's going to is judging who's of his elect and who's not, who's going to die, who's going to make it through it. So that judgment day is you gotta really pray that you may be of the elect, because I'm praying that I'm of the hopeful elect. I'm me and various other brothers, because that's what this is all about, is our salvation. With other camps, which other camps always tend to ignore. As far as I know, there's not a lot of camps, as far as outside of Great Millstone, even talks about salvation. It's all about the things that they want to do in here, in this society. Especially since you got guys that want to build up in this place, or just live the average, everyday Joe Schmo Israelite living in this society, just to gather numbers, and that's it. They don't really have nothing to really look forward to but views. But to stay on topic, that all this is not a coincidence. For the Babylon to be built off of bloodshed, and then as time goes on, this place doesn't really get any better. They advance in technology, but meanwhile, the people still gotta go through crap. I said the Israelites was still going through crap, and still going through crap now. Now our oppressors is starting to feel it. Far as being brought down to our level now. You got a lot of E's out there are hanging themselves because they can't handle the pressure of the economic crash. And that's why you got a lot of people that's saying make Babylon great again. And it's not to make it great for us, it's to make it great for them. But they see that once great empire is falling beneath them. This is where judgment is coming closer and closer to hand. So I'm gonna get the next scripture real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 12:4. It says, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall." Actually, I'm gonna stop there because it says, "And the doors of shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low." And as we can clearly see that with this whole pandemic going on, stores, restaurants, regular jobs is being has been closing down, and you got people that saying that oh, we've been through this before. No, we haven't. We haven't been through a pandemic where jobs themselves had to close down, where we actually had to stand 6 feet apart, wear masks all the time. We haven't went through that because you can ask someone even before my age, before my generation, they would still tell you you didn't have to go through nothing like this. So it's totally different. This is nothing like what these people had to experience. That's just the normalcy bias or the claim that they're used to something like this, and they're not. It says, "And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." So as we can see, the time value, or not even time value, just this place in general, is not holding up to what it used to be. It's not. It can't hold up the curtains of the filthy deception that is hiding. That the body of this place is breaking down. This place has been used up to the point it's just all used up. There's nothing much of this place, so it needs to crash. It needs to be destroyed. But all these people want this place to keep going, as if this would be the greatest place, as if this is the kingdom of heaven. But for these people, it is for them, because that's how they treat it. This is the one place that has nothing but diseases, germs, death rates, highest death rates. You're getting sick. You can't eat right. You gotta be stuck in houses. Not even just it's not even good houses. And this is what these people want to live in forever. This is Revelations 18:8. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, and mourning and famine." Let me backtrack. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death." And one day is not just talking about just that one day. This is that one era that we get the era of Babylon. It's been nothing but plagues. It says death, which has been a lot of death even since this place was built, even before this place was built, when they started coming over, when Eve started coming over, and mourning, which is nothing. Everybody's always complaining, especially in this society, even up to today. Everybody's in an uproar. There's no happiness here. Everybody's upset, especially when it comes to everyday living arrangements, having to work. Then you get paid very little when you work. Can't keep up with bills. You gotta keep striving, keep struggling just to get a halfway decent job. And it says in famine. From, I would say, 10 years ago, maybe even 15, when I was a child, up till now. From a child, when I can, for example, when I had, or even when as my parents was even telling me, a cheeseburger was big enough to fit that you had to hold in two hands. Even they said that going back into their generation. Up to now, you could hold that with you could like literally squeeze a hamburger in your hand now because it's so small. Everything it's lost its nutrition, or even with the chicken, they just steroiding that up, estrogen, everything in it. But the foods is not nutrition nowadays. It holds it's It's like you're eating. It's like you're eating air, bread maybe, but that's about it. It has flavor. That's the taste. But you're just eating. You're just eating flavor. You ain't eating nothing that's actually that can actually fulfill or sustain your body. That's why you end up wanting to eat more. And the more you eat, the more you end up gaining. But you're not gaining anything good out of it. So we're coming into and we're basically in the time of the famine. But it's gonna be a real famine when this place closed down. Like we're talking when you can't even eat, or the food trucks stopped up. They off somewhere that you can't even find them. Then people out here scourging for food, like as people like to make fun of the homeless. People gonna start understanding how the homeless work. And hell, the homeless is gonna be in a bigger advantage than a lot of us will because they used to it. And it says, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. And that goes back to the first scripture I brought out when it's talking about the judgment seat of Yahweh Shah. This place, the Lord's going to destroy this place, and rightfully so, because this place is full of wickedness. You people want to keep living in this place where you got to be sick, elderly, can't even function right, and it's like you want to keep living in a place where your woman is allowed to go to another man and still be fine, and he could probably if you try to interfere, he could shoot you. Or if you want to go to or if you want to keep working for can't even still hardly making any money to even self sustain yourself. Sure, this is what y'all want to live into, but Lil say he's going to destroy this place. So that's pretty much all I wanted to go into. So with that, shalom.